Hi guys, this video is going to be for my sun, moon, rising Sagittarius for the month of December, what you guys can expect to potentially manifest, be feeling internally. So yeah, I'm going to update these transits as we get to it. I think if you guys survive Scorpio season, you guys got this season, okay? Happy birthday in advance. All right, so let's get to it. December 2nd, we have Venus in Capricorn in your second house, and it's trining Uranus in Taurus in your sixth house. Wait, hold on. Forgot to do that. Okay, so Venus and Uranus, they're talking to each other in a really nice way. So a trine is a blessing, or it's looked at as really easy energy. It comes so naturally to you that you either don't notice it, or sometimes it's like one of those things where it's like our blessings get taken away from us because we're so used to getting these types of things in our life. Or this is something that's being given to you. This 1000%, no doubt in my mind, is talking about work for you guys. Why? Because your second house is involved and your sixth house. Second house talks about your wallet, your money, the things you guys value. Your sixth house talks about work, literally. So I think something positive would be happening with money at this time for you guys. If it's not money, if it's not work, and what I mean by that is maybe you guys get a side job, a second job, a part-time job, or a new job. Then I think whatever it is you value, when it comes to things that are stable, practical, rational, things that make sense, it's like you would be maybe getting some type of intuitive, enlightening idea at this time. Maybe an idea as to how to increase your wallet. You know, I usually feel like when Venus is talking to Uranus in a negative way, then this is definitely talking about like losing money. But I just think about the fact that no matter what, if Venus is talking to Uranus, you may be spending money easily on this day. That's also how I look at this. You could potentially, like, you may know what you should be spending money on. Like, you know what, I normally wouldn't spend money on this, but today I just feel like I should. Maybe that's a lottery ticket. I don't know. Or it could be a pet for some of you guys. Yeah, Virgo isn't involved, but it is your sixth house, so something could be up with that. There was something else I was going to say. I forgot. For some of you, it could be getting a new job. It could be something to do with your group of friends. Venus. Oh, so let's just get to before I get to the messages for the collective. Yeah, no, your group of friends. Okay. So anyway, what I channel for the collective is getting healthy tips that you clearly see. You wanting to help people and people wanting to help you. So yeah, I think no matter what with this Venus trine Uranus, I think something will be extremely clear. Like, it won't be one of those things like, I don't know, is this a sign? Or like, I don't know, does this person, want to ask me out? It's like, it's going to be very clear. And also, yeah, I do think this could be something about romance. Maybe romance at the workplace, or you could be seeing intuitively or very clearly where you should, like, who you should be investing your time with when it comes to romance. That's another thing too, because Venus rules Libra, right? And Venus also rules Taurus. So you guys have Libra in your 11th house, and you guys have Taurus in your 6th house. So I do think this is potentially talking about maybe dating people that feel like friends, or talking to people from the past. They could like randomly come back into your life, or all of a sudden you just get this feeling, or you just realize sudden insight, like, I can no longer talk to this person. Or maybe it's the opposite. Who knows? Like, you know what? Me and this person should be together. I don't know. Where is Aquarius for you guys? Yeah, since Uranus rules Aquarius, and this is in your 3rd house, and Pluto's here right now, Uranus is in retrograde, Mercury's in retrograde, people coming back from the past. I do think there could be conversations with people you guys have invested time into, have had some type of relationship with. Or if it's not that, then like I said, it's like you're going out with friends at this time, you're spending money, enjoying yourself. So let's channel it for my sun, moon, rising Sagittarius, as how this transit would affect you guys personally. It's funny when I channel it for you guys, I'm getting that you guys may be talking to a lot of people at this time. And there's somebody specifically, like I'm getting a very good looking person. And I'm getting the bedroom. So maybe this is, where's Saturn for you guys? It's in your 4th house. Yeah, so maybe you guys on that day randomly, you know, talk to somebody that is very good looking. Maybe you guys, you know, sleep with this person. Where's the sun? Sun is in your 1st house. You guys have Mars in Leo, and the sun rules Leo. Yeah, I think it's very possible. You guys may, I definitely was getting like you guys have choices. I'm not surprised, but I'm just saying, like, so I'm sure that's some of your storylines out there. Let's see if there's anything else. I think for some of you guys, you're expecting a phone call, or maybe you're like trying to hold back from making a phone call. I don't know, but it was more like expecting a phone call. So I keep getting it over and over, like conversations, because I keep seeing teeth. And so to me, this makes sense with Aquarius in your 3rd house. 3rd house speaks about conversations, and you guys have Mercury, the ruler traditionally of the 3rd house, in your 1st house, you guys, right? So Venus trining Uranus, I do think this is talking about conversations about something that may be worth your time, but I think it's talking about like the physical body. Yeah, I think especially since Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo, this is your 7th house, partnerships in your 10th house. Yeah, this is something that just may make you feel good at this time. Let's move on. December 4th, Mercury in retrograde in Sagittarius is opposing Jupiter in Gemini in retrograde in your 7th house. So again, December 4th, we have Mercury in retrograde in Sagittarius in your 1st house. It's opposing Jupiter in retrograde in Gemini in your 7th house. To me, this is when somebody wants to talk about the bigger picture. And then somebody else wants to talk about all the fine details, and it's like 2 people are at odds. It's usually an uncomfortable energy, and that's what an opposition creates, is like inner conflict, inner tension, I would say. So it's either going to be like, this is the energy you'll be feeling about another person within yourself. You may be trying to avoid going deep, I think, about all the details. And I don't mean like going deep, I just mean like thinking about all the fine details about another person. So let's say one of you guys, you know, slept with another person, but maybe it's like you shouldn't have, or if you feel like it was the right move, then it's like you really don't want to think about too much far into the future is what I'm thinking about. You just want to see like being in the moment right now, the bigger picture, which is you feel good, and you feel that things may work out. If it doesn't manifest like that, then I think one of you guys wants to have a conversation as to where is this going. I do. Because Jupiter rules you guys, right? Sagittarius, which is your 1st house, the body. Gemini, Mercury rules Gemini, and you guys have this in the 7th house, relationships, partnerships. So if you guys are messing around, I think either you or the other person is going to want to talk about, you know, like potentially a belief system, like, well, where is this going? Like, how do you, like, what are your beliefs about sex? You know, do you just have sex because it's how you're feeling? Or does it mean, is it connected to intimate relationships for you, something more? So I think you guys are going to be feeling something like that. For those of you where it's not about romance, I'm going to say you're experiencing this with partnerships at this time, people that maybe you owe money to, or people owe you money, something of that nature. Just something where there is a commitment. It's like, oh yeah, let's do this tomorrow. And then it's like one of you's like, yeah, you know what? I'm not really feeling up to it. Let's do it next week. And then, you know, there's some type of committed relationship there with a friendship. Gemini, friends. So what I channeled for the collective was seeing the bigger picture, but at the same time, waiting for the fine details and not getting it. I'm seeing you going down a path where you see something good, and so do others. So you go down this path because you feel something positive about it. So this situation, whatever this may be the unknown to you, and you may just want to be in the moment, like I said before, because it feels positive to you, but you may not understand potentially where it's going. So when I was seeing, like, I was seeing you guys look at your clock, I mean your watch. So it was either like this meant that you were expecting this person to contact you, or you were waiting, like, or trying to hold off from contacting them, or it's like you don't know if this is going to be worth your time. I'm not too sure. Or maybe like just time is a factor. How much more time can you wait? So let's channel it. I'm getting this energy of like whoever it is you're talking to at this time, it's like you're inspecting every word they say. And I feel like that is Mercury and Sagittarius. There's definitely like low-key detective energy that I feel like people don't pick up on about you guys. But it's definitely there. I'm seeing it. So I'm seeing that you guys like see this path. It's kind of like Ace of Pentacles. Like, wait, is it Ace of Pentacles? Is that what I'm thinking of? I think so. I'm not too sure. Maybe not. But anyway, I see a path, and it's earth energy. It's like you see something and you're looking at it, but you're a little hesitant. You're looking at this person's like all their teeth, but you're definitely being like that typical calm, cool, collected energy about it, because I'm seeing you guys with sunglasses on. So it's like it's not noticeable what you're doing. Yeah, I'm just seeing it again. It's like I'm seeing somebody else, or maybe it's you guys, and they're talking about commitment. I do see it because I'm getting this ring in their mouth, and I see this path come out of it, and I'm just getting this energy of hesitation. So I think you're going to be at odds with what either you're saying or what another person is saying, really, is what I'm picking up on. I feel like it's somebody else. But it's like, I think somebody's going to claim they want to like be in the relationship. I feel like you guys do too, but you don't trust the other person is what I get. All right, so later that same day, December 4th, we have Sun in your first house in Sagittarius. It's squaring Saturn in Pisces in your fourth house. So again, we have Sun in Sagittarius in your first house. It is squaring Saturn in Pisces in your fourth house. To me, I feel like this brings on the energy of depression. It's like because the Sun, let alone the fact it's in your sign, Sagittarius, it's a very optimistic energy. It's positive. And when Saturn is squaring the Sun, it makes it a pessimist. So it's like whatever you guys are dreaming about, Pisces, it's going to feel like you can't, you're just going to feel negative on this day. I would be surprised if you didn't. Depends what other personal aspect, transits you got going on, I guess, that day for you guys. I mean, like whatever those transits are hitting in your personal natal chart and progress chart. But yeah, that's where I'm going to leave that. I just don't think positive things. I also think of a loss of energy. And I think because the Sun is literally in your first house, the body, you're just not going to have a lot of physical energy that day. The fourth house traditionally belongs to Cancer. So this would be your emotions. I think you may be blocking yourself from just feeling well balanced, and like, I just don't think you guys would be able to see things very clearly. The way I always describe it, it's like here's the Sun and Saturn's like doing this to it, you know? It's like it's like the father telling the child to be quiet, you know, like, I don't want to hear anything you have to say, and I also don't want to see you. So anyway, so what I channeled for the collective is, I see your higher self telling you to talk to specific people, but you either don't want to or you have difficulty doing so. So I definitely believe this because the sun is the planetary version of our higher self. So I feel like your higher self is going to try to like get your frequency up, change your energy. And now the thing about this is, like, when you do little tricks like this, when you're able to connect with like intuitive downloads, messages, it's not that it like gets you out of depression. It's not that it changes your whole day. You can't avoid a square. A square is going to be inner conflict no matter what. However, it's like by taking the advice from spirit, it's like it's going to help you a little bit. It is. So I believe like your higher self would want you to speak to people that like make you laugh on this day, or people you feel like you can vent to. Or maybe it's like if you're that person that people vent, like if people vent to you and it makes you feel better knowing you helped somebody, then maybe that's like what they want you to do on this day. This way your energy gets a little more up, and believe it or not, little things like that really help. But that's the hard part, is actually getting yourself to do that, because you're not going to want to do that. So if you can push yourself, that would be amazing, because I guarantee you'll see a difference. So yeah, I'm definitely seeing it. I'm seeing you guys, you know, in the cave, which is hangman energy in tarot for Pisces. It's like you want to be alone on this day. I'm seeing you guys not feeling confident, and I feel like it has to do with relationships, or somebody specific you're dating. It's like you're either your mind is running wild, like you think the person you like is cheating on you or with somebody else, or it's like you wonder why the person you like doesn't like you, or why they're not with you, or if they are with you, then it's like you feel ignored in some type of way. I'm telling you, it's got to be one of those things, because I was seeing different images going on in your mind. But overall, I think these are thoughts you're going to be having. But I am getting like, definitely like being alone. Like basically, if this is like Monday through Friday, you guys would go to work and go home. If it's on the weekend, you're staying home. That's how I see it. And what I would want to say to you guys is, it's just, it's a phase. It's not, you know, it's not forever. So just ride it out, ride the storm, you're good. That same day, December 4th, Venus in Capricorn is sextiling Neptune in Pisces. So again, that same day, December 4th, we have Venus in Capricorn in your second house. It's sextiling Neptune in retrograde in Pisces in your fourth house. So we have the second house and the fourth house talking to each other, and it's a sextile. So again, I'm telling you, it's going to depend on how you guys are feeling that day, because a sextile talks about you putting work into something. You have to do something in order to get something. But if you do whatever this is, you're more than likely going to get the outcome you want. So Venus and Neptune, I like this when they're talking to each other, because Neptune is the higher octave of Venus. It's spiritual love. It's unconditional love. It's seeing the bigger picture, understanding in that moment while this transit is going on, true forgiveness. I don't know. It's just an energy I really vibe with. So it's happening with the things you guys value, your money, the things you own. And then your fourth house, privacy, your home, the mother, females, your emotions. So I think, again, if this is for some of you guys, you like in the cave thinking about somebody, you know, you're investing time into, or investing your daydreams about, I think it would be worth I think this person would be worth investing into. Why? Because Neptune's in retrograde. When Neptune's in retrograde, you're able to be in touch with your intuition much more clearly, in my opinion at least, because things are slowing down. When Neptune goes direct, things are moving really fast in life, and I feel like that's where misunderstandings can take place, miscommunication sometimes. That's when Neptune can be illusion, I feel like, or you have to really try to decipher, is this intuition or illusion? But with Neptune being in retrograde, I think you're really, you're just more capable at this time to being in touch with something that is actually going on. And you may not be able to see it, but you're feeling it. So with that being said, whatever it is you value, you're seeing something that you value. You're daydreaming about it. Are you doing something about it? So for some of you, this may be investing money into property, maybe investing money into expressing your feelings, because I think of Venus in Capricorn, it's a bit stoic. It also only wants to invest what it sees is worthy of its time. So I think there may be something that's worth your time. The only thing that worries me when Neptune's involved, because it's talking in a positive way, so I'm really not too worried about it. It's more just like, don't go overboard with this energy. I mean, I think Capricorn won't really allow it. It'll just stop it in its tracks from you guys daydreaming too much or not seeing something for as it is. But since Venus is involved, I do think of money. And Saturn rules Capricorn. So you guys may be investing money at this time overseas with property. You may be investing money. I don't know. I just keep getting time for some reason with another person. So what I channeled for the collective was conversations about sex. It may be uncomfortable due to your fears, but I see a committed partnership happening with sex. It could be a situationship. So I think maybe it's just hard for you guys to be vulnerable is what I'm picking up on, because Venus is in Capricorn. I would say just do it, because you're probably going to get what it is you want as long as you just let your ego go, I guess I want to say. Like, it doesn't matter how you look in that moment. Like, nobody's going to be taking advantage of you from that moment on. At least in my opinion, they wouldn't, because it's a sextile. A sextile is looked at as a blessing. So it's like, if you choose to be vulnerable, if you choose to believe in the unseen, something bigger than yourself, I think there's something positive that can happen, but it requires a little bit of karma. It requires a let go energy. And I just see this as not being as stoic, not being as hard, like let that part go. But let me channel it for you guys personally. I just realized that too, or at least I think I don't remember saying this. I don't remember saying this, but then again, you know, that's my own natal chart talking. Saturn being in your fourth, I feel like you guys probably have been holding back your emotions in some type of way. Expressing them at least. I'm getting, I am getting sex. I feel like this could be one of those days where it's like you choose somebody. Again, you definitely have options. Again, not surprised, but whoever it is like you want to sleep with or be with, I'm not going to use certain words with my dirty mouth, but I'm just getting like magic sex. So I think it would be maybe healing sex, spiritual sex. It would be good. Sorry, but that's how it's coming through. So maybe that's also what you guys are afraid of. If that's what you're afraid of, I don't know, falling for somebody with good sex, then yeah, okay, the prediction's in. That's, you know, don't do it then. But yeah, let's see. So again, when I channel Venus sextile Neptune, I'm getting something about your second and your 8th house. So I don't know where the moon will be on December 4th. Maybe you guys want to look into this and see if it connects to your 8th house and Cancer. But it's coming through. Oh, wait, hold on one second. The 4th house traditionally, Cancer traditionally belongs to that 4th house. But you guys have Pisces here. So there's a chance to transform. It's like you have an opportunity to transform something here when it comes to either your sex life or what it is you invest your time into. But I think something about the 8th house is supposed to be considered, what it is you value when it comes to material things versus spiritual things. Like what energetically makes you feel better? Like what does your soul long for? Because in your mind, you're on a soul mission to transform this, right? Because Scorpio traditionally rules the 8th house. So there's something about mentally trying to transform your inner world because it's so sensitive. And I don't mean that in a mean way, but there's something going on there, which is why I feel like you guys don't get too deep when it comes to, it's not that you don't get so deep, but it's like you don't want to stay there for too long when it comes to super sensitive, emotional conversations. Somehow that connects to this transit on that day. All right, let's just move on. So December 5th, we have Sun in Sagittarius in your first house. It's conjunct Mercury and retrograde in Sagittarius in your first house. So you got the Sun and Mercury talking to each other in a positive way. To me personally, I believe how this is going to manifest for you guys is it's going to be thoughts about yourself. You're going to be going back to an old idea. It's going to be an old idea about how you guys either do relationships or how you appear in relationships, or your belief on relationships and like either why conflicts happen, or are you feeling motivated enough to pursue something, or are you feeling motivated enough to, I don't know, finish something out with somebody. The reason I'm saying all this is because with the Sun rules Leo. And you guys have Leo in your 9th house, right? This is usually why you guys are super dogmatic about things. Like in a very, and this is no disrespect, it's just, I don't know, it's the way I see it with you guys. A little bit of an egotistical way, like it's like a, like a judgy way, low key, but it's like whatever you guys believe in, whether it's like mannerisms, like this is the way people should speak, or this is what people should do. I don't know, like giving you an example, like somebody should open the door for you when they see, you know, you're right behind them, whatever. It's like it would come out in a, like, this is what's deserved, this is what's owed, to a certain degree. I don't know. It's just my opinion. And right now you guys have Mars there. So Mars talks about either having the gusto to do something, being brave enough to do something, taking initiative, having confidence, okay, when it comes to 9th house things. So whatever it is you believe in, 9th house, it's traditionally your house, right, Sagittarius? You would feel ambitious enough to try to win in this area. But whatever this is about, it concerns you guys. So it's either your body and sex, or it's like you guys are driven enough to achieve when it comes to your mind, your thoughts, or expressing this outward. Like you guys want people to see something about yourselves. Where's Aries? The 5th house. And it would consist of like your romantic partners. So if you feel like, for example, because I feel like what's coming through is you guys believing somebody's lying to you, or it's like somebody you kind of sort of want to commit to, or at least be in some type of relationship with, but you don't know if you can trust them. It's like you would low-key want to bring to light in a conversation like, how do I phrase this? Like how you, either how you're on to them, or what you would do if like you knew of this type of person and it's like the description of that person would be that person. And it's like, it's kind of low key, it's like whatever you would be doing, it would be because of, in my opinion, Chiron in retrograde in your 5th house in Aries. There's some type of pain right now, some type of insecurity when it comes to romance or expressing yourself when it comes to dating, or insecurities when it comes to childlike expression within yourselves and putting this out there, or some type of wounds about being selfish, like trying to just think about yourself for once and not other people. So anyway, I just feel like this Sun conjunct Mercury for you guys in your 1st house is you guys conversating about yourself and bringing something to light. But whatever it is you're bringing to light, it's like a little bit fighty. It's a little bit you know, I want to punch you in the face, but you may not be saying it in that type of way. Anyway, so what I channeled for the collective was, I see conversations where people are trying to figure out how you feel, trying to understand you as a person. I'm picking up on detective energy. So that could be vice versa. I could totally see that happening because wherever the sun is transiting, this is where you're going to be seen, whether you like it or not. So there's definitely magnetism when the sun is transiting in the 1st house. So sun being in your 1st house, people are going to be drawn to you. You are going to be a sexual magnet because, again, Mars is currently in Leo. Sun rules Leo, so there's something to that going on here. People are going to want to be talking to you, and you're going to be wanting to figure these people out, figure out what their motives are. Because maybe you guys don't want to get hurt. Maybe you guys don't want to waste your time. Something about time keeps coming through for you guys. I feel like time is, of course, time is important. Capricorn, 2nd house, what you value. You don't want your time wasted. Mercury rules Gemini, 7th house, and Virgo, 10th house. For some of you, you could be feeling ambitious enough to be driven when it comes to work, putting yourselves out there in some type of way. I'm not seeing it 100%, but at the same time, I just feel like you must be shining in some type of way because, or you're going back to an old idea. Besides talking to people from the past, I think you also may be going back to an old idea regarding your career because Mercury rules Virgo, your 10th house. And the sun is shining a big old light when it comes to your thoughts, your mind. Sorry about the camera before. I didn't realize I had it sideways. Anyway, so how I'm channeling it, this is definitely you and other people. Like you wanting to, I'm getting it, learn. If it's not about learn about other people, then you just want to learn at this time. I see you guys reading a book and you're reading it intensely. If it's not about somebody specific, which I feel like it is, then it's just like your mind is like focused on something, okay? But I'm getting these two, I don't want to say negative energies, but I feel like if this is your storyline, you'll know what I'm talking about here. I'm just picking up on 2 stick figures. No, I'm just kidding. 2 people. Maybe it's your spirit guides. I don't know. But they felt like, I don't know. I didn't like their energy. They're there. They're just like behind you. And then behind them, there's a bunch of people. But I like their energy. Their energy was good. Again, it goes back to either like, if it's not like a bunch of people, you have choices like to sleep with or date, hook up with, or it's like these people you could contact at any minute and it's like they'll be over your house, whatever. Then these are just your friends, I guess. I'm not too sure. But I'm getting 2 specific annoying ass energies. So if there really isn't anybody that you know that really like is obsessed with you guys or could come back at any moment time and fuck up your world, then maybe these are just like, maybe it's your consciousness, maybe it's your higher self that's like, are you doing it yet? Are you doing it yet? Because you're doing all this research or investigating whatever it is you're doing, but are you actually doing anything? Because something about this requires action. Maybe you guys are trying to figure something out when it comes to work. Or again, I always forget this with Virgo. I do think of sex. I do think of sex. So yeah. And I'm also getting this, like, you trying to see in your own mind or thoughts if a situation is worth going back to. That's something I'm definitely picking up for you guys too with channeling it. If those storylines don't apply for you guys, then I'm going to say your thoughts, your mind, communication will be on traveling, spirituality, some type of belief system at this time. Or it could be about you guys traveling for work. You guys making some type of commitment with another person, like when it comes to, okay, you owe me $5, I'll pay you back next week. You know, something like this with your friends maybe. But yeah, I'm just seeing conversations where it's more like you trying to understand a situation or your own mind more clearly. And I feel like it connects back to other people. Da, 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 da. Okay. December 6th, Mars goes retrograde in Leo. Okay, so Mars goes retrograde in Leo. To me personally, I just feel like this talks about, for you guys in the 9th house, because Sun rules Leo and it's in your first house, the body. I do think for you guys personally, you guys won't feel as much physical stamina to do things. You won't feel as driven or ambitious. I get a lazy energy, if I'm being real with you. If it's not that, then let's say it's like you were considering going back to school for something. I think you would procrastinate it, or you just wouldn't feel as optimistic about it as you did before. You're really going to have to push yourself there to complete something. That's what I think. What else do I think? I think delays in travel during this time for any of you that are trying to travel. Conflicts about religion, a belief system, or a belief system about relationships. Again, there's something going on here. It's connected. What did I channel for the collective? Going back to something and intuitively knowing someone is coming back into your life. I'm seeing someone ringing a bell, and I get this enemy, and then I just get this mother-child energy. So Mars rules Aries, the 5th house, the child. I could see that. And it's also romance. And then Sun rules Leo, and it's in your 1st house, the body. I think of Sun. I think of the Sun and Mars as the child, or I could see the Sun as the father as well. But, hold on one second. Where's Jupiter? Jupiter is the ruler of you guys. It's in your 7th house. So yeah, I could see this as somebody you've been sexually intimate with, somebody you've had a romantic relationship with coming back into your life at this time. So let's channel it. I'm getting somebody, maybe it's you, maybe it's this person. It's like you have to wear a mask with this person, and this person wears a mask with you. And now I've said this before in other videos. I don't necessarily pick up on fake energy. I just look at this as that we all do this as humans. Like when it's not even necessarily we do this when we don't feel safe in an environment or unknown circumstances. It's more just like in order to survive, you have to have some type of mask on. You shouldn't be showing all your cards. And it's funny because I did see somebody holding up a card. I can't draw, but it was a spade. I'm sure, I forgot. There is a meaning if you guys want to Google that. Black spades, spiritual meaning, something like that. Because I'm sure if this is like your energy I'm picking up on, then maybe this will resonate with you, where it's either this person or it's you. But it's like they have this card over their mouth. So it's like they have a mask, and then all of a sudden I'm kind of getting vanity, like vain, like they're doing their makeup, something like that. And then they're putting a card over their mouth, kind of like in a sexy way. So yeah, and I can see that because Mars in Leo is a very sexual energy. It's very, it's like a sex magnet. So, like I said before, I think no matter what, us as humans, we don't show all our cards. I mean, are you guys telling everyone what you do when you're home alone? Like, I don't know. I feel like there should be some things you keep to yourself. It's natural for us to judge other people, as much as we want to say we're not judgmental, or at least a lot of us say that, myself included. So my point to saying this is I feel like you and this other person, whoever this person is that comes back into your life, it's like you're not being fully transparent and they're not being fully transparent. So what I channeled for the collective was, oh, I already said it. Okay. So when I think about this message that I channeled, if somebody rings a bell, to me, that does speak of Mars and Leo energy in general, because there is kind of this expecting energy that they have, where it's like, well, why wouldn't you do this for me? Don't you know who I am? And I'm not saying, you know, apply common sense. I'm not saying this is how all Mars and Leo people are. They are not. But fire is fire at the end of the day, okay? And it's like there's like a big level of cockiness, ego. There's just a lot. And, you know, Mars rules Aries. That's a fire sign. Leo, fire sign. It's in the 9th house. Sagittarius, fire sign. It's fire, fire, fire. So I think it's like, you know, it's interesting. Maybe it's this one person that I'm picking up on in this reading, I feel like, but there's also definitely somebody else where you feel like this person would easily be able to control you. It's either you've never been with them before, or you have been with them and you know the power that they have over you. I think it's one or the other. But you're very tempted by this person. And yeah, I do think they do have power over you. So let's channel it. I think you guys are trying to figure out if this person either wants to have sex, like just wants to have sex, or if they are having sex with a bunch of people. Because when I look at the first house, right, if this traditionally belongs to Aries, Mars rules Aries, and you guys have Mars and Leo right now in the 9th house. And Sagittarius traditionally belongs in that 9th house with Mercury retrograde and the sun being here. So I feel like you would be conversating with somebody who's from a different culture from you guys, somebody who stands out, somebody who's good looking, somebody who's sexy, radiant. But at the same time, it's like you're also picking up on this Chiron and Aries energy, where it's like there is the potential of this person causing you pain. Or maybe it's the potential of you causing this person pain. I'm not too sure, but I'm definitely picking up on sex and conversations with this person. So yeah, for those of you that are not in this type of situation at all, like I said before, I think this could be just conflicts when it comes to traveling. I think expect delays or conflicts around traveling, conflicts around religion, a belief system, conflicts with children at this time, or if people think you're selfish, it's like people are gonna like make this whole Chiron and retrograde in Aries for you a bigger thing than it needs to be. I just see you guys not feeling physically up to doing things because your energy level is going to be down at this time. 100%. I would be shocked if you told me that doesn't happen while the sun is in Sagittarius and Mars is in Leo, while Mars is in retrograde. Okay, so December 6th, later that day, Mercury in Sagittarius in retrograde is squaring Saturn and Pisces in the 4th house. So again, December 6th, Mercury in retrograde in Sagittarius in your 1st house is squaring Saturn and Pisces in your 4th house. To me, it's very similar to the Sun squaring Saturn. Your thoughts will you're not going to want to talk, or you're just going to limit how much you talk. Your walls will be high. You may be late to things. There would be miscommunication. There may be arguments. You may be pessimistic on this day. I think of depression. Okay. Saturn wants to make you the best person you can possibly be. Well, how can you do that? It takes a lot of work, and it kind of takes away the fun in things, right? And it's for a good cause, because then you get to have a lot of fun later on if you do all the hard work now. Oh God, I hope so, right? And if not, then why? Just kidding, kind of. So anyway, so yeah, I think you guys will feel blocked when it comes to your dreams, manifesting these things. I think, yeah, I just think you guys are not going to feel your best. So what did I channel for the collective? Feeling like you can't speak about something from the past. It's like you saw this path in the distance, a victory, a dream for yourself, and now it keeps getting further and further away. Yeah, this is definitely like limiting manifestation, like limiting beliefs for sure. But I would just want to remind you guys, it's just a phase. It's not for life. So try not to let these thoughts control you. The purpose of a square is to grow you. It's for growth is what I'm trying to say. So it'll really make you reconsider the things you thought you wanted. And especially with Mercury being in retrograde, that's the whole point. It's to either redo something, to make something better, to reconsider something, going back to something that needs to be, redone. Like, that's why they say cross your T's, dot your I's, because you may misspell something or you may forget something, and then that causes an argument, miscommunication. So I would say the karma here around this transit is to stay optimistic, because it's going to be hard despite Mercury being in Sagittarius. But try to listen to your spirit guides, because Mercury in Sagittarius to me is 8 of Wands. It's like following passion, following that intuitive hit from spirit. But you guys won't want to listen to it on this day, but you should. It's so weird. I keep getting groups of people. I'm beginning to think this has to do with Pluto being back in Aquarius, and something's happening with your local group, like your friends, your community, your local community is what I was trying to say. I'm getting you like doing this to people in your life. Like, I'm seeing you with headphones on, and it's like you, but the thing is, it's not daydream energy. It's like you want sober thoughts. It's like you don't want to play around. You want to see people clearly. So it's almost as if like whatever it's like the point of the headphones is to tune the noise out. Because usually when I see headphones, I'm getting daydream energy, Neptune energy. This is not that. I'm getting sober thoughts. But definitely out of the whole group, like, because again, you're definitely getting rid of specific people because the sun is shining so bright. I'm definitely getting out of the whole like crowd of people. There's somebody specific you're definitely like analyzing. I'm seeing you like look at them very carefully. So there's definitely somebody who has your attention the month of December for sure. What transit was this supposed to be? Oh, Mercury squaring Saturn. Okay, so yeah, that makes complete and total sense to me about the sober thoughts. But I would say because Mercury's in retrograde and it's squaring Saturn, honestly, there was so much light. I do feel like you were seeing clearly. I do. But what I would want to say to you is to make sure that you guys take your time with whatever it is you believe you're seeing, thinking, hearing, or feeling. Like, definitely try to like sit with it and don't react. Make it make sense. That's what I want to say. You know that one line everyone loves to say? It's true. Because when Mercury's in retrograde in Sagittarius, I don't think it's 100% real. But it has the potential, because it's still talking to Saturn, which is very real. It's the cold, hard truth. I think it has the potential to be real, as long as you take your time with it. Saturn is time. Don't move too quickly, because you're going to want to naturally with Mercury being in retrograde in Sagittarius. My suggestion here is don't be quick to mouth off. Don't be quick to talk back. Even if you really feel like you know what's going on, I wouldn't go with that. I wouldn't go with it. It's a square. It's a block. You're not seeing something instantly correctly. If you end up like being with that energy, and then maybe after a day of thinking about it, or maybe after several hours, you come up with a conclusion, then okay, go with that. I would say go with that. But you'd have to give it time. Mercury in retrograde and Saturn in Pisces nonetheless. So yeah. Did I already talk about it? Feeling like you can't speak about something from the past. It's like you saw this path in the distance, a victory, a dream for yourself, and now it keeps getting further and further away. Okay. December 6th, Venus enters Aquarius. So Venus is leaving your second house in Capricorn, and it's entering your third house in Aquarius. So yeah, I would say that based off what I was channeling for some of you, it's like whatever you wanted to invest your time into, it's like you either see something or you feel something intuitively that makes you think, I can't invest into this. And then Venus in Aquarius kind of just confirms that for me. Because Venus in Aquarius is a smart energy. It loves in a smart way. To me, when I see somebody who has Venus in Aquarius, I know that like, if somebody should break up, those are the people that will do it. And that's it. They're not going to do the on again, off again. I mean, I guess they potentially could, but what I'm saying is like, they're not going to be that person that, like, have you guys ever had those breakups where you're like with the person for like an hour or two after the breakup, and you guys are just like, but I want this to work, and they're just like, so do I, and you both are just like fucking ridiculous, like looking back at it, but like it's almost as if you both don't want to let go, but you know you should let go. That's not Venus in Aquarius. Venus in Aquarius knows like this is not going to work out. Let's say goodbye. Let's shake on it. Okay. That's the person, I believe, depends what's going on in their personal natal chart, that you could trust with like your password for Netflix, you know, like, because they know like, okay, you changed the password on them, makes sense. They weren't giving you money each month for it and you guys broke up. They're not going to be annoying about it. They're not going to be ridiculous. This is also the type when you're in a relationship with them, it's like they're going to be smart and send you, they're going to express their love in intellectual ways. Yeah, I don't know. I just love this energy. Aquarius energy is also like friends, groups of people. So I just feel like either like during this time, your attention is going to be, like focused on yourself, what's better for you guys at this time. And it may be through talking to different types of people, dating on the internet, seeing different people, maybe even sleeping with different people. Honestly, with Uranus and retrograde and Taurus in the 6th house, I think of different people you guys may be sleeping with at this time. People that may feel like friends to you. But with Venus ruling Libra and the South Node is here, the past in your 11th house. And Venus also rules Taurus, your 6th house, everyday routine, what it is you're doing. And Uranus rules Aquarius. I just think that it's either you guys are making more money at this time, or it's like if you guys invested your time into trying to get a new job, then this would be that. Or it's like you'd be making more money through side jobs. I don't know. That's just how I see it. But I just see you guys wanting to talk and go out and hang out with your groups of people at this time. How I channeled it was a game of chess with someone you are dating or are romantic with. I get that either you or this person is the emperor, and it takes a lot to get them to be the chariot to make a move. There's no consistency. You're both waiting on each other. Okay, so maybe whatever it is you saw when Mercury was squaring Saturn, it's like maybe you got it wrong. Maybe there was an argument and now it's like you're waiting on someone, or maybe you saw it right and you're just waiting on somebody to apologize or come back. I just wasn't really getting such strong consistency so far. So I feel like when Venus enters Aquarius, this can be shaky. It can be you deciding to just try something new instead, because Venus in Capricorn talks about investing. Venus in Aquarius isn't talking about that. I think it's like Uranus being the ruler of Aquarius, there's going to be a shakeup with your everyday routine. 6th house, Taurus. So let's channel it for you guys. When Venus enters Aquarius, I'm getting somebody out of nowhere appearing into your life. And I'm getting futuristic energy, like you potentially seeing a future with this person. I'm also picking up on their throat chakra. I'm picking up on commitment. So yeah, I do think that something suddenly may surprise you when it comes to another person. And I wasn't getting the same energy from the beginning of this reading. I'm getting a different energy. I don't know why, but for some of you, I'm getting comedy. Like this person, or maybe it's you guys, is funny. I don't know. I'm not really seeing, I mean, I could see Mercury, Mercury and Sagittarius as being funny for sure. I guess, no, yeah, I don't know how, but I know what I'm channeling. So anyway, let's move on. What else? December 7th, Saturn enters Aquarius. Oh, you know what I'm thinking? Hold on one second. I'm just seeing that whoever this person is, it's like this person has other people's attention too. Like there's somebody that just is attractive. I don't know. That's what I'm picking up on. So yeah. Okay, so December 7th, Saturn enters Aquarius. So Saturn is leaving your 2nd house in Capricorn. So Saturn is that asteroid that talks about the best way to heal at this time in your life. So when it was in Capricorn, the best way to heal would have been through practical things, traditional things, things that make you feel solid, grounded. And all of this would have applied when it comes to your money, your wallet, the things you value. Now it's like the universe is asking you guys to heal through your words, to heal through your mind, to heal through friends, to have a different way of thinking and doing different things, like not having such a, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like that type of schedule where it's like you have to do things at this time and that time, this time. And I'm sure you guys love to do that with Taurus in your 6th house, and Uranus has been messing shit up for you guys, right? Or at least I would think so. But yeah, so you're being asked from spirit, source, universe, whatever you want to call it, to actually just like not necessarily go with the flow, but kind of sort of like just do random things with your groups of people. And this can be very healing to you guys. So when I channeled this for the collective, what I picked up on was going out and doing things with friends. There you go. So let's channel it for you guys specific. Okay, so the message I'm getting here for you guys is you guys are going to be very popular this month with your group of friends. Like, people are going to want to hang out with you guys, but for some reason, I don't know if it's like different people are trying to hang out with you, people you're unsure about, or maybe you're just not feeling it for one reason or another. But I'm getting like your higher self trying to tell you to answer the phone. Like, if people are inviting you to go out, and not to be so pessimistic. Pessimism is coming through for you guys. Like, I'm seeing you guys seeing a bunch of people, and to be honest with you, their energy felt good. But I'm seeing you guys like being skeptical. You're like, no, I don't want to do this. But I'm really getting this energy that it's like advised from spirit that you should. It can be really healing if you guys do go out there. There's something about Pluto being in your 3rd house at this time in Aquarius. It's changing something for you guys. I don't know what that is 100% yet. I mean, I could tell you just what I think it is, but I think this is connected with it. So yeah, I'm just getting that you're going to be popular, and people are going to want to hang out with you. You may not be as positive about it, but you should be. Later that day, December 7th, Venus in Aquarius in your 3rd house is conjunct Pluto in Aquarius in your 3rd house. So again, December 7th, we have Venus in Aquarius, conjunct Pluto in Aquarius in your 3rd house. Now, this one's a doozy, but they're talking to each other in a positive way, so I like it. I think this is talking about transforming either the way you feel about your friends, or like transforming your thoughts, transforming maybe how you make money, having conversations about this. Pluto rules Scorpio, and you guys have this in your 12th house, so this would be your mind. Venus rules your 11th house, your group of friends. You guys have the South Node here with the past. So maybe you guys have been staying away from your groups of friends. You've been like experiencing solitude. I would think so anyway. Anyway, with that North Node in your 5th house in Aries. And it's like with Pluto being in Aquarius, this is going to be changing the game for you guys, because I think we only have, I don't know how much longer with the South Node being in Libra. But yeah, it's, I feel like we don't have that much more time. So this is going to be slowly making you get out of that funk. So maybe there's like, you don't trust, you know, the people, your group of people, whoever this is. But yeah, it's like you're being asked to like let that go a little bit, or at least slowly but surely. Venus also rules Taurus, which is in your 6th house, and Uranus is here. Groups of people or just sudden changes, either positive or negative. So yeah, this may be transforming your daily regimen. You may be changing the people you hang out with at this time. You may be transforming. You may be, you may be entering a Plutonian type of relationship at this time. I don't know if Saturus would be connected. You'd have to look into that yourselves. If Saturus is connected to Pluto and Venus, then I would say it's going to be a healing Plutonian relationship. I don't know though. But they're both in Aquarius, so I don't see it lasting that long. It really depends on personal placements you guys have. But it will definitely be transforming. That's for sure. That's what a Plutonian relationship does. So yeah, I think since Pluto rules that 12th house in Scorpio, it would be hidden. This could be somebody from the past. It could be somebody, if not your friend, then this person's connected to your friends. If it's none of that, then it's somebody maybe you guys met from the internet. I think that's possible as well with that 11th house. Could also be somebody you've worked with. But yeah, you could also be talking about with your group of friends, like some type of business idea. That could be possible for some of you guys. All right, let's channel it. So I think for some of you, you're going to be feeling very passionate about going out, hanging out with friends, things of that nature. But also, yeah, I'm definitely picking up on seeing you guys on the phone and connecting with somebody. And it does feel sexual. So I think there would be some type of platonic type of relationship that may be beginning for some of you. I'm definitely picking up on passion. I'm picking up on Ace of Wands and Tarot. All right. December 7th, later that day, Sun in Sagittarius is opposing Jupiter in retrograde in Gemini in your 7th house. So again, December 7th, we have Sun in your 1st house in Sagittarius. It's opposing Jupiter in retrograde in Gemini in your 7th house. To me, both of these energies are really happy, positive, go lucky. It's like you want to be around this because this is typically like Leo energy and this is typically like Sagittarius energy. It's happening in the 1st house of you guys, yourself. And then it's also happening in the 7th house of romantic, serious relationships, as well as just committed partnerships. This could be business, or this could just be like, hey, we're doing this next week. Are you in or are you out? And it's like you committed to this. So, you know, that person could be showing up here. So when the Sun is opposing Jupiter, I think of a few different things. So opposition, the advice here is to compromise, because it's like there's going to be this inner friction where one person just basically wants to either focus on themselves, and Sagittarius energy is seeing the bigger picture. And the Sun talks about how you express yourself. So I think you guys are going to want to express yourself however that looks like to you guys. And then I think whoever you guys are talking to at this time, they may want to talk about all the details. Or maybe they just want to get together and you guys just want to do your own thing. I'm kind of getting like solo vibes versus like, let's do this together vibes. It's like, I don't know. That's how it's coming through to me. So yeah. What else could this be about? I just think you guys may, have a belief or like something you feel strongly about when it comes to yourselves, 9th house energy. And it may oppose whoever it is you're dating or whatever it is you're committed to, like whatever they believe. It just may go against that. I'm just getting like a one person vibe versus other people. You may want to just tune in to yourself. Anyway, so what I channel for the collective is I see you being visible to someone and very giving, and how this person can't stop thinking about you. And it may be to the point where they need to be alone. Or someone can intuitively see through you and it makes you feel uncomfortable and you want to be alone. Okay, so to me that makes sense because, again, like I was kind of saying before, there's something about you, yourself, and that's it, with the Sun being in your 1st house opposing Jupiter, which whatever Jupiter touches, it expands upon, and it's in Gemini. Gemini is a bunch of words, and this is with people, either your friends or people who feel like friends that you're dating, or, you know, committed to some type of, I don't know, investment maybe, something of that nature. So let's channel it. I'm getting that calm, cool, collected energy on your part, but I'm definitely seeing that it's like, it's funny because it's like you can see through another person, like their words, but at the same time, their words, like they're conversating with you, I think maybe about you or trying to learn about you. And you're seeing through it, or like maybe they're doing it in ways that aren't so upfront. So maybe they're trying to learn about you or they're trying to get information, and you see it. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, so you're going to have to take this how it resonates, but it's like, it's either you guys or another person where it's like, you know, or they know, like what you're trying to do, like either ask questions or maybe bring up certain topics in order to learn more about them. And it's because I'm seeing the root of a tooth, of teeth, I'm sorry. So it's like, it's because the other person, whether it's you or them, isn't speaking much or isn't giving you much to work off of, or again, vice versa, because it's like they're a different version of you. So you guys may do this yourselves, where it's like you usually don't give too much information away. And now it's like that's happening to you guys, where it's like now all of a sudden you can't get much information from someone because they're not giving much information. Because I'm seeing, it seems like this person, they're covering their own mouth. They're trying to hide their own mouth. I'm getting, what's that detective from Scooby-Doo? That chick with the glasses. It's like she's covering her teeth. So yeah, I don't know. And I'm also getting an Emperor. So it's like, it's either you guys or the other person, but I can totally see you guys as the Emperor. Like sitting calm, cool, collected, and totally in control, and trying to figure something out. And then it's like, honestly, this would be Jupiter and Gemini energy, where it's like, especially in retrograde, yes, they would be protecting their words or their thoughts. Yeah. And at the same time, because Mercury is in retrograde, you guys wouldn't be talking as much either. So yeah. So I see you being visible and someone giving, and how this person can't stop thinking about you, and it may be to the point where they need to be alone, or someone can intuitively see through you and it makes you feel uncomfortable and you want to be alone. I just think because Jupiter rules you guys, you're seeing a reflection of yourself through somebody else, through the way they speak. And this would make sense because Mercury rules Gemini. It's like, what is that called? Interception, I think. But in astrology. I could be wrong, but yeah. Anyway, December 7th, later that day, my goodness, Neptune goes direct in Pisces. So December 7th, Neptune goes direct in Pisces in your 4th house. To me, I think what this is gonna, just my personal opinion, if you guys have been seeing things differently since Neptune went retrograde, I think that would be the truth. Because again, when Neptune's in retrograde, it slows things down. You're able to see things for as they are. You're able to see things a little more clearly. But when Neptune goes direct, it's like, you really got to be able to discern, because things are moving so quick. So it's like you may misunderstand something, or you may think you saw something, but you really didn't. So I'm going to say that when Neptune goes direct, if you go back to an old thought about something or someone before Neptune went retrograde, like if that same thought matches the original thought you had about someone or something, I have a feeling you're going back to an illusion. I think when Neptune went retrograde, you were seeing something for as it was, but you may not like what it was you saw, and now you may want to go back to that daydream. So you may need to change that, potentially. I don't know. But yeah, that's just how I see it. But I think because Pisces traditionally belongs in the 12th house, and you guys have Scorpio here, something needs to transform. Something needs to change in your home life, or with your emotions. Again, I don't think I've seen this before with your chart, but I'm just noticing it now, or at least it feels like I am. And your 8th house is in Cancer, right? And Cancer traditionally rules that 4th house. So something's hidden when it comes to your emotions. Again, Scorpio traditionally rules that 8th house. So I feel like something, again, is supposed to transform. How does this connect back to Neptune? Are your emotions, I think this could be for anyone, right? But are your emotions affecting what's real and what's not real? So what I channeled for the collective is getting a phone call, something sexual, going full speed ahead, tips about time, and a band-aid, sacrifices, now for the future, for something to grow. Okay. So, getting a phone call, going full speed ahead, something sexual. Tips up, well, something sexual, that makes sense to me because your 8th house again is Cancer and your 12th house is Scorpio. Something sexual, 8th house is sex, Cancer. It's your 4th house is in Pisces. That's just the way I'm seeing it. Going full speed ahead. So the sun is in your 1st house in the body, and Mars is in Leo at this time. It's in retrograde in 9th house. Getting tips about time and a band-aid. Okay, so you may have to sacrifice something. So you guys may be seeing something clearly when Neptune goes direct. There's something you got to give up. So yeah, let's channel that. I feel like you're giving something up from the past. Because how I'm seeing it is, I can't even talk. Remember in the beginning of the reading, I'm talking about this book and you're reading it. And then like there's these 2 negative energies, in my opinion, that are like behind you. And you're really focusing on one thing. Okay. So I don't know, but when Neptune goes direct, this is the question I'm asking Spirit, like what can my sun, moon, rising Sagittarius expect to be feeling? It's like I'm seeing this up close and I'm seeing it real. Like it turns into one of those school binders where it's like you do this and the 3 circles open and you put the paper in it, whatever. Anyway, so you do that, except for some reason you rip off the front of the binder. And when you do that, I'm seeing somebody stand there. So it's like whatever you were like focusing in on, it's like during this time, you're going to have to actually take action and make a decision. I think you do have a choice to make when it comes to 2 people. I feel like there's somebody from your past and somebody new. And it's like you're going to be debating about all the time you've invested learning about somebody new. And like, or do you let this other person go? And so I see this door and I see a doorknob and it's literally pulsating. It's going in and out, in and out, in and out. It's like you're not sure what to do. And I see an audience too, like kind of like waiting on you. So I don't know if other people maybe know about your situation, or maybe they know about person 1. I don't know. But I'm getting something like this. And then the next scene feels like Judgment Day. It's like what you do, it's going to be transformative. So I'm getting like this. I don't need to draw it out. There's something that's going to happen that you are going to have to sacrifice. You're going to have to give up. And it's going to kind of feel like it's out of your hands is what I was picking up on. It feels like, I don't want to say necessarily destiny or fated, because I'm not getting that, but it's almost like I want to say the vertex in astrology, or the wheel of fortune in astrology. There's something beginning for you guys that you're intuitively picking up on. And I think it's going to hurt you a little bit to make this decision. But I see you doing it. You're kind of you're choosing something that you're not 100% sure about, but you're doing it. So maybe what does this look like in real life? Maybe you're just ignoring this person's calls. Maybe you're ignoring their text messages. You block them. And that's it. I don't know. But yeah, that's how it's coming through. So yeah. Excuse me. Okay, December 12th, Venus in Aquarius in your 3rd house is opposing Mars in Leo in retrograde in your 9th house. So Venus in Aquarius in your 3rd house, communication about how you express your love, or maybe this is communication about how you make your money, how you guys communicate your thoughts, like the feelings you have about your own friends. It's going to be in conflict with what drives you or what you're ambitious about. If it's not that, then I'm just going to say it's like you may want to do your own thing. Mars in retrograde in the 9th house in Leo. You may want to believe whatever it is you want to believe. You may want to just focus in on yourself, whatever makes you feel happy. And it may go against either maybe somebody you're dating, like their communication style. It just may be in conflict. There may be a fight about a belief system, a belief. There may be an argument here about sex. There may be an argument about money. There may be an argument about like having an independent relationship, something like that. So yeah, what did I channel for the collective? Being at odds with people, wanting to talk shit, and then I'm picking up on a back and forth energy. So I think because Mercury is in retrograde, you guys are being smart about not being so responsive, which to be honest with you, I'm kind of surprised. I would think when Mercury is in retrograde in Sagittarius, you'd be quick to act. I think what's helping you is Jupiter being in retrograde in Gemini, because Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo, and it's happening in your 7th and your 10th house. So yeah, it kind of puts a lock on it for you guys, or at least it makes you go within first before reacting. So being at odds with people, wanting to talk shit. You just may want to do your own thing. Like I said before, that's what I think of Mars. Mars is, especially in Leo, it's like, what do you want to do? You may just want to do something for yourself and just not for the people. That's just what I think of. I just think like being in conflict with what the group believes everyone should be doing. It's like you want to do your own thing and you go against the grain. But I'll channel it. I'm really just getting you guys, like, I'm getting your mouths. So I don't know, maybe like with Mercury in retrograde for you guys personally, you guys just really expressing yourselves and what it is you believe in. You may be coming off some kind of way, argumentative, confrontational, because it's like you hear things groups of people are saying and it's like you're not about it and you're just speaking your truth is what I'm seeing. And yeah, it just may rub people the wrong way. So later that day, December 12th, Mercury in Sagittarius in retrograde is sextiling Venus in Aquarius. So again, December 12th, we have Mercury in Sagittarius in retrograde in your first house. It's sextiling Venus in Aquarius in your third house. So to me, I think this is good energy. I think of this as freedom-oriented communication, expressing something in a positive way. Expressing something to your group of friends. What else do I think? Venus, what is it? Venus. This could be conversations about traveling with friends, talking about investing money to travel somewhere, to go somewhere. You guys could be doing this for work because Uranus is in your 6th house, and Uranus rules Aquarius. And Venus is in Aquarius right now. So what I challenge for the collective is traveling to go sleep with someone, conversations about sex, conversations about who your friends are sleeping with, having conversations with people you're sleeping with. Okay, yeah, so I could see that as well. Traveling to go sleep with someone, conversations about sex, yeah, and conversating about who your friends are sleeping with. And having conversations with people you're sleeping with. Yeah. Okay, but I'll channel it for you guys. Let's see. I'm getting intellectual conversations. I am getting conversations about commitment. If it's not about committed relationships, then I'm just going to say, you know, like you could be talking about your job and, you know, because you're committed to your job. You're committed to making money. Yeah, I'm just seeing you guys conversate with a bunch of group of people. And you're kind of, honestly, you're coming off as like a leader to me. I mean, I'm not surprised, but I'm just saying, like, you seem like the main focus and you're the one that's really speaking. All right. So December 15th, there's a full moon in Gemini in your 7th house. How I channel this for the collective. Oh, wait, hold on, before I even go there. What I think could potentially be illuminated for you guys is something about relationships, something about your friends, or partnerships where, you know, you're somewhat committed to. Like, I don't know, like I said before, somebody owes you money or you owe somebody else money. I think it would be illuminated through conversations you're hearing or conversations you're a part of. Because again, Mercury rules Gemini and Jupiter is in Gemini and Jupiter rules Sagittarius. So I think something's going on there. I just think it would be connected to relationships for you guys because that first 7th house axis. Yeah. So what I channel for the collective is you'll be hearing something about other people you already intuitively knew about, but were ignoring. So let's channel it for you guys. I don't know why, but I'm getting something about Chiron here. And I'm getting something about picking up on stealing. Like there's something about like you knew somebody would steal something from you guys. Now, whether that's like, I don't know, your heart or literally money. I don't know, but I'm just getting inner child wounds coming out at this time. I'm just seeing you guys find something out through your phone about something you knew would happen or you knew intuitively already about. So later that day, Mercury goes direct in Sagittarius. So to me, I just feel like whatever was illuminated for you guys during the full moon in Gemini, I think you'll be able to try to move forward based off whatever information is illuminated, because Mercury rules Virgo in your 10th house, and Mercury rules Gemini in your 7th house. So I think because that full moon was in Gemini in your 7th house, I think your thoughts and communication style will be more clear when it comes to relationships and what it is, how it is you want to appear, and what it is you want out of relationships. What I channeled for the collective was you looking how to get out of something. Okay. So let's see. I feel like other people will intuitively know what's going on when Mercury goes direct with you guys, because the way I'm seeing it is, it's like I'm seeing all this black gooey stuff all over your head. And I don't know if you guys have ever played that game. I forgot what it's called, but the phone goes over your, like your forehead or your head, and you can't see, you know, whatever the word is that's on your phone or the sentence, but like other people see it. What is it? Charades. So it's like you really won't be speaking honestly is what I'm getting. I'm getting 3 of Swords in tarot. Like, I think something's, you know, like whatever you left behind, you're going to hear something about it from the past and it's going to hurt you. And I feel like it kind of like, it's almost as if like you can't continue something you wanted to that was new. But it's like people are going to be able to easily read you. Like the unspoken words, they're going to get it. So yeah. December 18th, Sun in Sagittarius in your 1st house is squaring Neptune in Pisces in your 4th house. So again, December 18th, we have Sun in Sagittarius in your 1st house and is squaring Neptune in Pisces in your 4th house. Now, this is definitely delusional energy. It's the Sun, I feel like you can see things clearly, and with Neptune squaring it, it's like you can feel something, but you may not, you may ignore it because you don't like what it is you are feeling. So you may end up choosing something else instead and may make an excuse like, no, this is definitely what my intuition's telling me. And it's like, it's definitely not, because it doesn't actually make logical sense. I feel like with the sun, there is logical, intellectual sense that happens here. And with Neptune, it's more like what's going on with the undercurrent that we can all feel, but maybe not see. But there's a disconnect with that. So you can kind of sort of feel something, but you may not like what you really feel. But it makes more logical sense if you were to listen to that. But I don't think you will. So what I'm trying to say is, because this is your first house and your fourth house, you're not going to listen to what your intuition is telling you, because you rather just listen to your emotions, like whatever will make your emotions feel better. But it's like ultimately it won't make your emotions feel better if you choose something you know probably isn't what your intuition's telling you to go towards. So, yeah, did I already, okay. So what I channeled for this is your higher self tries to guide you down a path that opens up for you, that you see. But you ignore your higher self and keep walking down the path, which has a lot of possibilities. So your sun rules the 9th house in Leo. You guys have Mars in retrograde. I do think you're going back to something, an old thing, an old idea. Neptune rules Pisces, and it's in your 4th house. This may be something that feels like home to you guys, something you already have, something from the past. I want to say Pisces energy, okay? So yeah, let's channel that. I feel like what I'm getting is, it's like maybe somebody else is dating your ex, or somebody you were intimate with, or somebody you have feelings for. And this kind of gets you Mars and Leo-y, like very competitive. Because I feel like I'm seeing two people go on a date and you're like low-key watching them. The sun is very present, like you're seeing something. And it's like, I feel like your intuition is telling you that you only care because you see this person with another person. Otherwise, you don't actually care. Like, it's almost as if, like, going back to that book, you made your decision back then. And now this is kind of just like your ego talking to you. It's not real, because I just see your eyes and you keep looking back at this person and then the person they're with. This person, the person they're with. It's like, I think it's an illusion. I'm definitely getting somebody that, at least this is how it feels. Maybe it's you guys or maybe it's the other person. I'm getting this person intentionally mess with you. It's like maybe they're hooking up with a friend of yours, or it's like that one person that you know low-key your ex would go to just to piss you off, because it's like you've witnessed something in person that they're attracted to one another. I feel like, I don't know, is it just me? I've always I've always experienced that shit. I'm like, yeah, you two would definitely bang each other if I was not in this room right now. And then you still date that person like a fucking moron. But anyway, so I feel like that's what I'm seeing. Like this ex of yours or somebody, or maybe it's you guys, I don't know, but is like hooking up with somebody because they know it's going to get your attention, and it does. So yeah. Okay, December 19th, the next day, Venus in Aquarius in your 3rd house is trining Jupiter in Gemini and retrograde in your 7th house. So again, on December 19th, we have Venus in Aquarius and it's trining Jupiter in retrograde in Gemini. To me, again, a trine is easy energy. It's something that's either being given to you or it's something so easy that you don't even notice it. It's a blessing nonetheless, or you kind of get lazy with it because you just expect it. So, what did I channel for you guys? I get people from the past coming back The energy is unstable, but you know about their return, and so do other people. So like I said, I keep picking up on other people. So it's definitely like your local community or your friends. I feel like it's like one of those, what is it? The Spanish novas, those dramas, you know, like that's what it feels like. Yeah, like it's like everybody knows about you and this other person. So yeah, novella? I don't know. I think I'm saying it wrong, but that's what I'm like picking up on. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, this is definitely this other person, like, you know, whichever one, but their darker energy. So when Venus trines Jupiter, intuitively you are tapping into the future. You feel this phone call coming. So I don't believe you're reacting to the bullshit you end up finding out during full moon in Gemini. I think you're remaining calm, cool, collected as a cucumber, and you're just waiting for this person to come towards you. And if they do, I think you like ignore them initially. Oh shit, I thought I turned off the video. I was gonna be so sad. Anyway, what was I saying? I think you ignore them, but then I'm seeing this dark energy come towards you. I don't know, maybe they're like good, but I'm not picking up on it. So, yeah, so anyway, so that's what I'm picking up on. You're just kind of like in your element. I'm seeing you solo, and it's either you're ignoring them, or you just know they're coming. December 21st, Sun leaves your first house in Sagittarius and enters your second house in Capricorn. So to me, when the Sun enters Capricorn, I think of being seen for something, some type of victory, like when it comes to either your money or a career, your legacy, just how you're seen. You're going to be noticeable. People are going to see you at this time when it comes to either your wallet, the things you own, or the things you guys value. So yeah, I feel like that may be connected to work at this time, because Taurus traditionally rules the second house. You guys may be seen for your beliefs, because the Sun rules Leo. And right now you guys have Mars in retrograde. So you may be seen for the things you guys value at this time, especially if that episode comes out of that thing, whatever's going on in your life with this person. Yeah, I just see this as, I think also because Saturn rules Capricorn and it's in your fourth house, you're really holding back your emotions, and you're really not showing it. So anyway, what I channel for the collective is we are trying to work at bringing something back to life within us. Our higher self is guiding us. So I think maybe you guys are trying to work on your self-confidence at this time. Whatever it is that was illuminated during full moon in Gemini, it may have really like hurt you guys, even though you're not expressing this. It may have like caused some type of mental conflict for you, like maybe some insecurities about yourself in relationships, or maybe some type of heartbreak. Again, I think I was channeling 3 of Swords, right? I think I said it. Anyway, so I think like you guys, you're going to be focusing on what it is you value when it comes to long-term things. What do you value about yourself? I think a light will be shining when it comes to your place of home and your emotions. But yeah, let's channel it for you guys. So when I channel this again, you know, when the Sun enters Capricorn, your second house, I don't know if somehow you guys are avoiding making a choice. Like everything I'm channeling, it's like you saying goodbye to somebody, you letting somebody in. And let's say it's not an actual person, but it's more like an energy of something you want to start in your life, or I'm just getting 2 options. Maybe you guys are like holding off on being clear with both people, and you're trying to procrastinate as long as possible, and not actually make a choice until you know, like until you're for sure. Because I can see that happening too, because what I'm also picking up on for you guys specifically is you guys are trying to figure out a plan, like in regards to what path. Again, this is how the beginning of the reading started out, right? which path do you guys want to take? Do you want to go in this direction or this direction? And it's like, I'm seeing you read a map. You're trying to figure it out. And it has to do with Mercury going direct in Sagittarius, like your body leading the way. So I'm picking up on ninth house energy, like Mars in retrograde in Leo, something to do with a belief system, and like you guys trying to learn like what it is you guys value in your life, and you trying to figure out what it is you guys, you know, whatever it makes you happy. That's how I'm seeing it. I'm also getting Uranus and Aquarius energy. So Uranus rules Aquarius, right? So I'm getting groups of people. So something about this, like when the sun enters Capricorn, there's something about being with tons of people or just being social during this time is what I'm picking up on. So, yeah. All right, let's move on. December 24th, Jupiter in Gemini in retrograde in your 7th house is squaring Saturn in Pisces in your 4th house. So again, on December 24th, we have Jupiter in Gemini in retrograde in your 7th house, squaring Saturn in Pisces in your 4th house. Right away, I just think of not being as happy. If Jupiter is talking about optimism and feeling optimistic and feeling happy and lucky and all that good stuff, I feel like Saturn would be limiting that. It would be trying to stop you from doing something at this time. So you would feel blocked. You wouldn't be able to expand upon something. But so therefore, it's like you may overdo it, because I feel like you guys don't like to, you know, hear no. So you may try to go against something. Like if you feel some type of restriction in any type of way, you may go a little overboard. So right away, it's like holding yourself back with maybe expressing feelings. You may open up on this day, or you may want to, but it's like you don't. Or if you do, I feel like you would go overboard with this. So what did I channel for the collective? Trying to find the light in the dark, listening for signs, keeping certain people out. So yeah, I do think it would be more of like depression, pessimistic type of energy. It's because Saturn's that father, the strict father that is holding you back from something. So yeah, let's channel that for you guys. I'm getting you may want to express yourself, like express your feelings, but you're not, and it's for protection. I'm getting you like not being able to speak. I'm getting you and somebody else going two different directions, and it's like you so much want to like open up, but you're not doing it. Let's see. December 26th, Mercury in Sagittarius in your 1st house is in opposition to Jupiter in Gemini in retrograde in your 7th house. So again, December 26th, we have Mercury in Sagittarius in your 1st house. It's opposing Jupiter in retrograde in Gemini in your 7th house. So to me, again, this is just talking about like, you may want to just see the bigger picture. You may not want to focus on the fine details, whether it's in a conversation, conversations that involve other people, but somebody else would want to focus on the fine details. And this honestly could be you guys, and the energy could be the opposite, where somebody else just wants to see the bigger picture. Like, can't you just have fun in the moment? Like, why do we need to think so far ahead? So what I channeled for the collective is someone reaching out from the past and apologizing. I see this person as loyal. I see you will feel anger for this person and then better once they reach out. Okay. So let's channel it. I'm definitely seeing you guys keeping yourselves busy by being social. And if it's not by being social, then you're just like, again, learning about something. But at the same time, it's like you keep looking back, you keep going backwards. So I feel like you are expecting somebody to just appear from the past. But what I'm also picking up on is somebody staying silent, somebody staying quiet. So if somebody does reach out to you, or you're thinking of reaching out to somebody else around this time, I don't feel like you're going to get much back. Let's see. Later that day, December 26th, we have Mercury and Sagittarius squaring Saturn and Pisces. Okay, so I feel like this would be basically what I'm seeing, because when I think of Mercury squaring Saturn, I think of literally not being able to speak. I think of the strict dad telling you to stop talking. It's like whatever thoughts you have, you don't want to share them out loud, like out of some type of fear. I just think of a pessimistic person. I think of somebody who doesn't have their priorities in line. I think of somebody being late to things. Being on time is not a priority. Oceana, don't do that. Don't. Oh my God. So when I think of the first house and the fourth house squaring, I think of somebody not being able to express their emotions. And since you guys literally have Mercury in your first house, it's like, I guess there could be, like, for those of you that are traveling at this time, there could be blocks in regards to getting home, something like that. But I'm thinking more in line with like not being able to express your emotions clearly. Or if you were, it's like something would get lost, or maybe, you know, an argument would happen. But what I channeled for the collective was conversations about sex. So let's see, Mercury rules Gemini and Mercury rules Virgo, your 7th and 10th house. I see Jupiter here in your 7th house. When I think of the ruler for you guys with Jupiter, I do think one way that isn't talked about enough, and I guess it doesn't really need to be, but I do think of sex. And in your 9th house, traditionally, this is what rules you guys, right? You guys have Mars currently here. Mars traditionally rules that first house and your 8th house. So you guys have Cancer here and Sagittarius. So I just feel like you would not be able to expand upon your emotions, your inner emotions at this time, but maybe you'd be able to express your emotions in a different way, a different outlet. You know what I mean? So yeah, let's channel it. Yeah, I'm seeing like high walls, like somebody maybe trying to visit you at this time at home, or talk to you while you're at home, and it's like you're kind of just pretending you're not home. It's like one of those things. I don't know if you've done that, but I do it all the time. Shouldn't admit that. Anyway, so yeah, for some of you, this could be, you know, you ignoring people, you ignoring specific people, or for some of you, this could be conversations about sex. I really don't see that too strongly, but it's what I channeled for the collective, so I'm sure it's there somewhere in the stars. Anyway, December 27th, Venus in Aquarius in your 3rd house is squaring Uranus in retrograde in Taurus in your 6th house. So again, December 27th, we have Venus in Aquarius in your 3rd house. It's squaring Uranus in retrograde in your 6th house in Taurus. So I think of something happening, like conversations, arguments about money, or disagreements in regards to, I don't know, like how you make your money. I just think with Venus talking to Taurus, it has to do with your money, and it would be random, but it's a square. So this, I just feel like it would be affecting your wallet. Anyway, so the way I channeled it for the collective is I'm seeing a roller coaster based on something you're trying to build that you don't know about. I'm seeing something growing. I'm getting sparks, something new you're building. So I kept getting it throughout your whole reading, and I'm sure it has to do mainly with Pluto being an Aquarius for you guys, and you turning into some type of leader. Maybe it's like, maybe it's you guys just transforming your mind with how you guys communicate or express yourselves right now. I'm not too sure, but with Venus squaring Uranus, I just don't like it. It's almost like a champagne bottle, like when you open this. So I do think this has the potential, especially since it's in your third house of communicating. This could be arguments with people you work with because it's talking your sixth house. But since the sixth house is not just work, it's literally your everyday regimen, whatever you do every day. So if you're hanging out with your local community, your group of friends, or if that's like your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, then like this would be them too. They're showing up with the things you guys value. You may be spending too much money going out. You could be spending too much money hanging out with your friends. Meanwhile, it's like maybe you should be investing your money on something you're literally trying to do for work, or I don't know. There's just something you're supposed to be saving for potentially. And then it's like you feel the effect of that energy by not doing what it was you were supposed to be doing. So when I channel it for you guys, I'm getting it's like a phone call you can't ignore. It's like I see you trying to ignore it, but you're literally ignoring it. You know it's happening or it's coming your way, because I'm seeing like this speaker in your ear, your eardrums, and you're just ignoring it. You're trying to tune it out. You're trying to block out from seeing something very specific, but then it's like somebody hands you a phone and it's like you don't have a choice but to answer the call. And I feel like it's something people can see. So yeah. Sagittarius, the season of Sagittarius sounds very dramatic for you guys. All right, December 29th, Chiron goes direct in Aries. I think that's so much better than Chiron going retrograde. So Chiron going direct in your fifth house, I think you'll have a better time at trying to heal any type of insecurities you've been experiencing when it comes to romance. So think of Aries-like things: courage, being brave, confidence, taking action. I think you would be back on that journey of doing those things solo, okay? If it's not solo, then it would be with another person, because it's the fifth house. It could be romance, like I said before. Or when I think of the fifth house, I just think of somebody who's okay with like shining by being themselves. And it doesn't necessarily mean it has to be in front of other people. It's just like you're doing your own thing, but no matter what, people are noticing you, whether you like it or not. So yeah, how's this gonna affect you guys? So how I saw it for the collective: chilling out from your problems. You don't feel as stressed as before. There doesn't feel as much pressure. I feel like you're letting somebody go that feels like a child. It's like this person looks at you, like looks up to you guys to take care of their problems or their wounds. It's like you heal them in some type of way. And pretty much the vibe from you was like, get off of me. And then after that, I'm getting this energy of you, not necessarily fighting other people, but it's like you're not getting along with groups of people, which is very different from what I've been picking up on throughout the whole reading. But it's almost like I'm seeing a war zone of children. And I think this is because it's in Aries in your fifth house, the child. And Aries just amplifies this energy even more so. So it's like I'm seeing a child like on like a battlefield, kind of just like crossing ways with like another kid, and they both look back at each other. I guess this could be like Five of Swords energy in tarot. Like it looks exactly like that imagery. So yeah, I feel like you're going to be more confident with standing in your own lane, your own battle, even when other people aren't supporting you or when other people aren't backing you up. It's like you're still going to win. And honestly, that's Aries energy. Like, it just doesn't give up. So I feel like that's also another thing you may be experiencing once Chiron goes direct. Maybe when Chiron was in retrograde, you guys were more feeling more defeated, feeling like you could easily give up. But I feel like Aries energy would be feeling those insecurities and then pushing themselves to be like, no, we got to get past this. How are we going to do this? And then it comes up with some type of war plan for itself, like how to succeed and how to overcome these, you know, whatever it's experiencing at that time. December 30th, there will be a new moon in Capricorn in your second house. Oh, I just said that right. Okay, so I think new things when it comes to what it is you value. I feel like that's what's been coming through in this reading. For some of you, it definitely could be a new job, a new money, a new mindset when it comes to how you want to be viewed. You could be seen differently at this time. It could have something to do with property because Saturn, the ruler of Capricorn, is in your 4th house. You could be seeing a new way as to how to manifest something. You could be seeing something that you value about how you express your emotions. And it could connect to what it is you value at this time. But yeah, so what I channeled for the collective is a door opens and you have a choice to make. I'm picking up on 2 of Wands energy. You are the hermit going down an unknown path, but people are still following you. Yeah, I think you guys are like something really powerful is happening for you when with Pluto in Aquarius. Like, I really feel like you guys are either becoming a boss or like, I mean, I already feel like you guys are a boss, but I don't know, just maybe like literally a boss, or like people are just viewing you this way. So let's channel it and then we'll end the reading there. There's something new happening. I keep channeling the 8th and 9th house, like specifically right here. So I'm picking up on Cancer and Leo energy, the moon and the sun. I don't think the new moon will be aspecting the sun. I could be wrong. Maybe it is, because I feel like I'm channeling it. I'm picking up on movement. Like, I keep getting you guys gambling, which I feel like makes sense with Sagittarius energy. It's like you guys are pulling that, what was that show where they pull that big circle? I don't know. And it stops on something. Lottery jackpot? I don't know. Well, that thing. It's like you guys keep pulling it harder to make sure it lands on like the winning one. And it's like, I guess because Mars is in Leo, despite it being in retrograde, there's this energy of wanting to achieve something. But it has something to do with Mercury and you guys communicating with people. If it's not like in front of people, it's just like something to do with communication. I'm getting it so strongly. Oh, I'm an idiot. Mercury rules Virgo, your 10th house. I do think this has something to do with your career and having some type of, like, being driven. Oh, I was also picking up on the Chariot, like you guys balancing your energies, doing some type of balancing act. Balancing out your emotions in order to communicate properly to people. That's what I was getting. But somehow I feel like this is talking about work for you guys. And that to me makes sense since Capricorn traditionally rules that 10th house. But you guys have Virgo here and Mercury rules Virgo. So there's something about you guys standing out, you guys leading, or at least you're driven to during this time. So for those of you that are applying for jobs, it's like you're eager to start a new job. You're eager to win, to achieve, to, you know, shine, stand out from the rest of the competition, to talk in such a way that they don't have a choice but to hire you. I think during this time, you guys 100% could do it, and you guys could also work from home. I think that's something that could definitely happen. What else do I think? What'd I say? A door opens, you have a choice to make. Okay, yeah, for some of you, this would be like leaving the current job and going to a new one. You are the hermit. Oh, Virgo energy, the hermit. Duh. Going down an unknown path, but people are following you. I think for some of you, you could just be starting something at this time as well, because I think with Venus and Pluto in your 3rd house, and Uranus and Taurus in your 6th house, I think there's definitely something you guys may be eager during this time to maybe invest with other people, to be an entrepreneur, especially with that North Node in Aries. So yeah, that's what I got for you guys. I hope it helps. I hope it resonates. All right, bye guys.